so much taller. I mean, Roman definitely has the advantage, but that's not even slowing Ricky down at all.
16:12.16 seconds is the time to beat for Guimayeros out of heat number 1. And 2 of the men on your screen right now are competing against each other. That's Pat Vellner on the left and Brent Fikowski on the right in the blue swim cap. They will be competing together on the weekend along with Jeffrey Adler when we transition over into the teams of 3. So that should be a lot of fun to watch. Now Roman Krennikov and now Ricky Garrard had 1 rep remaining, so Krennikov is going to be the first man back out into the water, and here comes Ricky Garrard.
You can see Roman shaking out those arms as he really tried to push on those wall balls. That's where he was really going to make his money. But again, we talked about that stroke that Roman had. Big arms, hands way up in the air. A lot of extra tension on his shoulders, whereas Ricky's a lot lower. Ooh, and Ricky's going to use that as Roman's trying to get those goggles set back on. He's going to use that to his advantage.
Dave, want to thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate you being here.
Sean, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Hanging out with you.
Always enjoy the insight, and thanks again for the rope that you guys gave me a while back. Talking about right size. That's the right size. I'm a much better double because of that. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your time here in Miami.
Happy to hear that. Thank you guys. Appreciate you having me. Thanks, Billy.
Yep.
Ricky Garrard and Roman Krennikov, the only 2 men in the water right now. Roman Krennikov only needed 2 minutes and 10 seconds to complete his double unders, and he only needed 2 minutes on the wall ball. There goes Brent Fikowski now in 3rd place by a mile. It's deja vu all over again as it's Roman Krennikov and Ricky Garrard fighting for a spot inside the top 3 in an event.
Now Roman did have the advantage on the double unders, so Ricky needs to put as much distance as he can between himself and Roman to give himself a little bit of a cushion as they get to that drag rope.
Ricky and Roman had a 40-second lead on Brent Fikowski before he got into the water. Nick Matthews, Alan Pepper, and Fabian Benito are all in as well, along with Cole Griesaver. 16 minutes, 12.16 seconds is the time to beat, and both Garrard and Krennikov are way ahead of that. Pat Vellner now just getting into the water. Vellner in danger of dropping out of 2nd place, maybe even out of the side of the top 3, but keep in mind for Vellner, he did very well on those double unders. He was able to pass about 5 guys on the last time they were on the jump ropes. Ricky Garrard looking over his left shoulders, and he sees Roman Krennikov right behind him. And Brent Fikowski on the top of your screen, right in front of that pink buoy, has made the turn back to the shore.
I tell you what, Ricky looks fantastic. We're looking back to see where Roman is, still pushing, and he looks much more fresh than Roman does coming out of the water. Roman does not look very happy. But the thing is that Roman is such a machine. It doesn't matter how bad he's hurting, he can still grit through all that pain. So Ricky really needs to get as many of those double unders under his belt before Roman gets started.
Luke Parker was the 10th man in the water here in this 2nd round, and that's important because he is the last guy in as far as the cut line is concerned. 20th place overall coming in the event, so Parker's just got to hang around towards the front in order to keep himself inside that top 20. But your contenders for the win in this event are on the right side of your screen, Roman Krennikov and Ricky Garrard. Now Brent Fikowski is out of the water, and he'll pick up the rope soon. Fikowski looking to move up from 6th place overall. He has 373 total points, right now ahead of the 2 men immediately in front of him in the overall standing. That would be Nick Matthews and Cole Griesaver. And then here is Tudor Magda out of the water in that green swim cap. Garrard and Krennikov on their 2nd sets of 50. Fikowski on his 1st.
A huge set of double unders there for Roman Krennikov right in the middle of the 3 athletes.
Roman Krennikov is starting to take the lead from Ricky Garrard here. Krennikov will advance first, so Roman Krennikov just ahead of Ricky Garard, who was just about done with his first 100 double unders. So 50 remain, and it's Krennikov who gets to work first. Roman Krennikov already has 2 event wins under his belt. He won event 2 and event 3, part B.
Roman has that one miss. That gives Ricky just a little bit of time, but Ricky, I keep seeing him trying to look to the side to see what's going on.
Hand in the air for Roman Krennikov, looking for event win number 3. Hand in the air for Ricky Garard, and it is going to be Roman Krennikov just ahead of Ricky Garard.
These two guys. Wow. Man, that was a good race. Holy cow.
A 1/10 of a second between the two of them. After all of that, Krennikov at 14:02.72, Garard 14:02.81.
Man.
Brent Fikowski will have a less stressful finish for 3rd place, as he is by himself. Now, Pat Vellner is now on his final set of 150 double unders, and he was very fast on this movement in round number 1. So he's looking to gain some ground here on this portion of the event.
Yeah, Brent looks fantastic. You know, and this is great. Yes, it's not nearly as exciting as what we saw with Ricky and Roman, but he didn't need exciting. He just needs to keep creeping up and getting high finishes like this to get him up into that top 5 position.
Guy Maieros now has the 3rd best time at 16:12.16, and Brent Fikowski has a chance to beat that and pick up 90 points and move up the standings as a result. Fikowski is in. He'll take 3rd place in the event. Tudor Magda looks to be the next man to finish up. Magda is across. Fikowski came in at 15:32.06. Magda at 15:50.03. And now Nick Matthew, your leader on the floor, along with Cole Griesaber, the two of them on their final sets of 50 double unders, along with Dallin Pepper, who's on the right side of your screen. There is Cole Griesaber, who's right next to Nick Matthew, and look who's creeping up on the left, Pat Vellner. Nick Matthew is in.
Ooh, that's a big break there. Big break for Cole.
Pat Vellner taking a break. Griesaber is in. So Vellner looking to keep himself inside the top 3. Got to get across the finish line here. Final reps for Vellner, and he is across. Here comes Dallin Pepper, and there is Luke Parker in lane 19, who is now across. 20th place overall, courtesy of a tie break with Sam Paquin. Now, the good news for Luke is that guys like Cam Crockett and Lucas Ozaki and Kaiki Cerveni, I don't think beat his time. So Luke, it's going to be some nervous moments after this as they figure everything out. But looking like he may have done enough, but that's just speculation right now. 2.5 minutes before we hit the time cap. And after this event, we will stand by for math. We figured out all the points, and we'll have 20 men moving on to the 6th and final event, and there's still 200 points up for grabs tonight. Alexander Caron coming across the finish. Flagler to close things out. Less than 2 minutes to go before we hit the time gap. There's Phil Muscarella on the left along with John Wood. John Wood is in. Muscarella.
Una mierda. Hombre de mierda. Hombre sin mierda.
Krennikov and Gerard still talking things over, having a laugh about that event. It's just incredible that an event that is that long with that many reps comes down to a tenth of a second. That's Guillaume Briand in lane 17, and then in lane 16 is Jack Rosenbaum.